Hello and welcome to the Clever Fox YouTube channel. Today we are going to be planning in the Clever Fox Biweekly Budget Planner. This planner is set up perfectly to help you achieve your financial goals. There are sections to set your financial goals, to map out your year of expenses, work on your biweekly budget with expense trackers, savings trackers, debt trackers, and so much more. This planner has everything to help you create a budget and stick to that budget. So make sure that you watch until the end, you subscribe to our channel, and you turn on that notification bell so that you get notified each time we post a new video. Let's get started. All right, let's get started. I'm first going to show you a little bit of an overview in this planner and how to use it, and then we are going to work in the planner a little bit and do some budget planning. So I love that there is a strap here to keep your planner closed and a pen loop as well. Now, when you open the planner, of course, you have the space to write your name, and if you find this, please be kind and return to, and all of that information. And then we have these 2 pages of financial goals. There's room for 10 financial goals. Again, this planner is undated. You could start using it at any time. So you could fill in some financial goals and then wait until the rest of the year to continue filling them in. Here we have strategy and tactics. So new skills to learn to achieve financial goals and money affirmations for wealth and prosperity. Actions I will take to earn more money and actions I will take to cut my expenses. Then here is a page for net worth. So your assets, investments, property, retirement, liabilities, so loans and debt, and then total assets down here. And then we have money opportunities. Find ways to multiply your income streams and ride your way to financial freedom. What am I good at? How much can I expect to earn? What are my hobbies and interests? And how do I monetize my hobbies? Then we have this page, which I love, these 2 pages, year at a glance. So here is where I've written in certain holidays that I know will cost money, in addition to birthdays and renewals, like an Amazon Prime renewal, Christmas, mom's birthday, things that are going to cost money. And as more events come up, you can always fill them in, but it's really great when you're doing your budget to be able to look and see what expenses are coming up that maybe you forgot about because you only pay them for 1 year. So now we have May. So again, this is undated, start at any time. So I just wrote in the dates and then I put down my paydays because this is a biweekly budget planner and the bills that are due. So now looking here, I know that Monday the 2nd is my payday, and that will need to cover the bills that come up in that 2-week period. So up here through the 13th. Another feature that I love about this planner are the ribbons, because you could have 1 ribbon for the month, 1 ribbon for the bi-weekly, etc. So before we get into the bi-weekly, let's look for a second at some of the elements that are in the back of this planner that are really created to help you track your spending and savings and all of your financial goals. We have these savings trackers. So what I love about them is the ability to break down the spending or the savings. Let's say you are saving for Christmas, you need $500, due date would be maybe December 1st. Then you'll know how much you need to save each month until then to meet that financial goal. And there's so many. We have these 8. So there are 8 different things. So it could be for a holiday, Christmas, emergency fund, upcoming vacation, anything that you would need to save money for. Next up are debt trackers. So there are these 4, 8, 12. There are 12 debt trackers here to be able to note your debt name, starting balance, minimum payment, and then track the payments over here. And now, I know I mentioned Christmas earlier, we have these 2 pages of holiday budget, holiday gifts, and holiday spending. What better way to create your holiday budget and make sure you're sticking to it, and even writing down your holiday gifts. So many people purchase holiday gifts throughout the year and then forget who they bought them for. They forget that they put them in the back of a closet. This is a great way to keep your holiday organization set all year long. Now are the regular bill trackers. So here is where you'll write down the months. You could write down May, the bills, and then just check them off as you pay them. Or if it's a varying bill, maybe electric can be varying each month, or water, you'll be able to write that down so that next year, when you are saying you're budgeting for the month of May, how much did I spend on electric or water in that month? you will be able to reference your planner. There's a ton of lines for this. And now we have summary of the year. So you'll write the month, income, expense, difference, and savings, and then your monthly expenses summaries over here as well. Now we have check register, so you can make sure that all checks that are being written are cashed and you've accounted for them. And now accounts information. So all of these: name, website, password, account, username, and notes. And then a bunch of blank doc grid paper back here for you to use as you need to. All right, let's go to the first payday in May. So the goals were to contribute to emergency savings, emergency fund, Christmas savings, no Starbucks, and to sell a TV console to make some extra money. Here were the upcoming purchases: Mother's Day, flowers and a card, and a birthday gift. Here are the upcoming bills in this period, and then marking them as paid. Here is the income. So I carried over leftover from last pay as income, then the payday, and then the sale of that TV console. And here were the amounts that were contributed to savings. The biweekly budget I set, and then let me move over for a moment. Here were the expenses of the money spent during those 2 weeks. So before this started, I filled in category and expense and what was budgeted. Then after the expense tracker was filled out, I was able to fill in the actual amount spent and the difference. And then here we have the opening balance, total income, total expenses, difference, total savings, and total leftover. And then I love this page of ideas and notes for after you've gone through the weekly period, you can kind of see what was next. So one of my goals was to spend no money on Starbucks. I had 2 Starbucks visits, so I wrote focus on no Starbucks spending and also comparing prices at other grocery stores to save some money. Now we are going to set up the next pay period in May together. So the first payday was May 2nd, the next is May 16th, and that will carry us through May 29th before the next one. So May 16th through 29th. And the goals kind of come from the notes that I made over here. So we are going to write no spend at Starbucks. In addition to that, what was the second one? Compare prices at grocery stores and save $100 towards emergency fund. Okay, upcoming purchases. So this might be holidays or birthdays that are coming up, things that you know that you will need in this 2-week period. The only upcoming purchase that I know of that's going to come up in this period is going to be anything for Memorial Day. So even though Memorial Day isn't necessarily a purchase, it's something to be mindful of if you go to a barbecue or something and need to pick up extra groceries to make something, or flowers for a host gift, something like that. Now we have upcoming bills. So again, this ribbon is so great just to be able to flip back and forth between these pages. So the first upcoming bill is a car on the 18th. That is due May 18th. The amount is $321. And then of course, once it's paid, it will be marked as paid here. Next up, we have health insurance, and that is on May 23rd, and that is $299. Then phone, that's May 26th, and that amount is $79. And then internet on May 31st. Oh wait, but that's a different pay period because there's an additional pay period because there's an additional week in the month. So I am just going to cover that up, and I could always use this for any additional bills or just leave it blank. Okay, income. Like I said, I carried over the income from the last pay period. So the total left over from the pay period that we just worked on is $596.53. So I'm going to write leftover from last pay, and let's just confirm that amount, $596.53. And that will be May 16th because that is the day that this period starts. Next up will be the next paycheck of the month, and that would be the 16th, and that's $2,600. Now, I like that there are 4 lines here because you could use them for additional sources of income. You could use this to combine with your spouse. If you have multiple sources of income, they could all go here. So that's why there are 4 lines. Last pay period, an item was sold, that TV console, that can go in here as well. So it's nice to have these extra amounts. And then savings, I'm going to write emergency fund because the goal is to contribute $100. We will write the date once it's contributed, and estimated is going to be $100. Now I want to flip back to the biweekly budget, and we are going to list out these categories, and then we will talk about how much is going to go in there. So we have transportation, food, dining out. So food for me is groceries, dining out or restaurants, takeout, Starbucks, medical, home, gifts, clothing, and personal. And these would just be whatever categories you spend money on. So maybe you'd want to separate the clothing into clothing for yourself or clothing for a child, things like that. Wherever your money goes is what these categories will be. So if I look a little bit at last pay period, I was over $24.57 in terms of groceries at food, which is why one of the goals this pay period is to look for ways to reduce grocery spending. And one of the easy ways to do that is to compare other grocery stores. So I was $4.42 over in dining out, $3.20 over in home, the rest under a little bit. So I am going to keep these budgeted numbers in hopes to be able to even these out a little bit more. So we have 100, 175. I like the idea of continuing to put money into a medical fund because this way you don't always know when you're going to need a prescription. Some prescriptions, of course, are monthly or weekly, and some just happen when someone gets sick, or you just need to go to the store and buy some sort of medicine. And I really love the idea of continuing to put aside money for it because, of course, those things usually happen when we least expect it. If you wanted to, you could also list your bills here just so that you have them kind of listed out and organized. And then you would total them up at the bottom and then just do the budget summary like we did. Then we have this expense tracker with so many lines to be able to track all of the expenses throughout the month, and then another page of ideas and notes to kind of bring you into the next pay period. One of the great things about the way that this planner is set up is that you have all of the months here, and then for months like May, where there might be an extra pay period because of it being bi-weekly and where your payday falls, all of the bi-weekly budgets are here. So they're all going to be across 4 pages for the period, bi-weekly budget, expense tracker, and ideas and notes to be able to use throughout the entire year. And then in the back, we have stickers, which I already took out and used for the monthly, but this great pocket here. And again, all of these savings trackers, debt trackers. I'm obsessed with the holiday spending, the regular bill tracker, check register, and accounts and information, and all of this note paper to be able to work on your financial goals. And of course, these 3 ribbons just to kind of bookmark wherever you need to be in the planner. So let us know your thoughts, and if you have any questions, of course you can purchase this planner over at cleverfoxplanner.com, and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you hit the notification bell so that you are notified the next time we post a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you soon.